Archangel Michael has a message hidden in this text. It contains the proof that heaven is still fighting for you. Don't scroll away. My beloved child, there are moments in life when silence feels louder than words, and tonight, that silence is breaking. You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. Archangel Michael guided you here. Yes, you. Out of billions of souls scrolling endlessly, your eyes were meant to land right here, right now. Because hidden in this text lies something divine, something that will remind you that heaven has never stopped fighting for you. You see, Archangel Michael is not just the warrior of heaven. He is the guardian of truth, the protector of light, and the destroyer of despair. And tonight, his sword burns for your cause. Every word you're reading carries energy, sacred energy meant to awaken your spirit from the numbness you've been trapped in. Think about it. The nights when you felt abandoned, when prayers went unanswered, when it seemed heaven had forgotten your name, those weren't moments of silence. They were moments of preparation. Because every warrior of light, every chosen soul, is tested before their breakthrough. And Michael, he's been closer than your breath through it all. Listen carefully. This message wasn't written by coincidence. It's a call. The Archangel is whispering through every line, reminding you. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are part of heaven's mission. The battles you've been facing, those silent wars in your heart, they were never signs of failure. They were signs that darkness sees your potential, your divine spark, and fears it. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the chaos around you lately isn't random. The closed doors, the sleepless nights, the sudden shifts, they are signals, proof that the heavens are rearranging your path. But before the light returns, the storm must roar. And right now, the storm is only a sign that something powerful is awakening for you. Pause for a second. Feel that tingle in your chest. That's not emotion. That's energy. That's the vibration of divine presence moving through your soul. Archangel Michael's frequency is one of courage, clarity, and restoration. He is standing beside you, sword in hand, saying, "Don't give up now. You're almost at the point of victory." If you've ever felt like everything is slipping away, remember this. Heaven doesn't abandon its warriors. It refines them. Every tear you've cried has been counted. Every prayer you whispered in the dark was heard. Archangel Michael has been documenting your pain, and he's preparing the evidence, not of your suffering, but of your strength. My beloved child, there is something in this message meant only for you. A phrase that your spirit will recognize. Proof that heaven still fights for you. Keep reading closely, because when it appears, you'll feel it. It will resonate deep within, like the exhaling peace into your chaos. Right now, Michael's wings are extended over your life. Protection surrounds you in ways you cannot see. You may have been betrayed, hurt, or forgotten by people, but not by heaven. You are divinely remembered. Every battle you face is proof that your purpose carries weight in the spiritual realm. And before this message ends, you will understand why Archangel Michael chose this exact moment to reach you. The signs are aligning, and the truth, the hidden proof, will soon be revealed. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, there's a moment when the veil between heaven and earth grows thin, and you, right now, are standing in that moment. The words you're reading are not just ink or pixels. They are currents of divine energy, chosen to reach you when your heart was ready to receive. Archangel Michael's message continues, a message wrapped in mystery, protection, and love so ancient it echoes through eternity. Heaven had been watching you, not in judgment, but in awe. Every time you've risen after being broken, every time you've chosen kindness when the world gave you cruelty, every moment you stood when you could have collapsed, heaven took note. Archangel Michael has carried those memories in his celestial armor, marking your resilience as proof that faith still breathes on earth. You may not realize it, but your strength has been a ripple of light that others have felt, even those who never knew your name. Do you know why Archangel Michael is called the Prince of the Heavenly Host? Because he doesn't just fight demons, he commands legions. And right now, that heavenly army is active around you. The unseen turbulence you felt lately, that uneasy stillness before something changes, is heaven's strategy forming in silence. You are being surrounded by divine warriors. Every negative thought, every lingering fear, every shadow that tried to follow you, they are being dismantled piece by piece. Michael's message is simple but powerful. The war for your destiny has already been won in heaven. What you see now, the delays, the disappointments, the heartbreaks, are only the echoes of a battle that's already ended. You are walking through victory, even if it doesn't look like it yet. Your heart has been bruised, yes, but it is still beating with divine rhythm. That rhythm, it's heaven's heartbeat pulsing through you. Take a deep breath, my beloved child. Feel that subtle peace weaving its way through your spirit. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. Heaven's frequency moves through moments like this, quiet, patient, and deliberate. Every time you think it's over, Archangel Michael whispers, it's just beginning. Because what looks like an ending to you is merely a transition in heaven's language. You may not have realized it, but signs have already started appearing around you. Repeating numbers, sudden chills, vivid dreams, a feather that crossed your path when you least expected it. Those are not random. Those are celestial breadcrumbs left by Archangel Michael himself, confirming that you are seen, known, and deeply loved. You were never forgotten, not for a single heartbeat. And now, he's asking for something small, but powerful. He wants you to remember that your voice holds creative energy. When you speak faith into your atmosphere, heaven responds. When you declare light in the face of darkness, angels move. Every word you say can shift your spiritual reality, because your soul carries authority. Archangel Michael is telling you to speak life again. To command peace into your storms. To declare strength where weakness tries to rule. You might wonder why would heaven fight so fiercely for one soul among billions? Because your story carries ripple effects you can't yet see. Someone else's breakthrough is waiting on your survival. Someone's healing is hidden inside your testimony. The moment you rise fully, others will too. That's why the battle around you has been so intense. Darkness always fights hardest where light is about to emerge. But here's what's remarkable. Michael's presence right now isn't distant. He's here. right now, around you. If you close your eyes for a second, breathe slowly, and focus. You may feel a gentle warmth on your shoulders. That's not imagination. That's reassurance. His wings have brushed against your energy field. That's how close heaven has drawn to you. So when the world tries to convince you that you're losing, remember, Archangel Michael has already declared you victorious. The proof that heaven is still fighting for you is not just written in these words. It's written in your survival, your endurance, your breath. You are living proof that heaven's warriors do not retreat. They rebuild. Right now, Archangel Michael's sword of light is cutting away every residue of fear that's clinging to your soul. The doubt, the guilt, the anxiety, they are dissolving, and in their place, courage is awakening. You will soon notice a shift, not just around you, but within you. People will sense it. You'll speak differently, walk differently, and radiate differently. That's what happens when heaven reclaims its soldier. And yes, this message is meant to reach deeper than your ears. It's meant to reach your soul. You may feel your eyes warming, a slight tear forming. That's your spirit responding. Archangel Michael's frequency resonates with truth, and truth always stirs emotion. Let it flow. It's healing. It's release. It's heaven speaking through feeling. Before this divine current fades, pause again. Whisper quietly, "I receive the light of Archangel Michael." That phrase opens a portal of energy around you, creating a shield that negativity cannot cross. From this moment forward, you are covered, protected, guided. Heaven's army surrounds you with purpose. If this message has touched your heart, if it feels like it was written just for you, share it. You never know whose life might be changed by the same truth that's finding you now. Comment your affirmation. Let the universe see that faith still burns strong, and subscribe to stay connected with these divine revelations. Because heaven's messages flow where hearts are ready to receive, and yours just answered. The light is only beginning to rise, and something even more powerful is unfolding. You're about to discover why Archangel Michael chose this moment to reveal what's hidden. Don't skip. Something even greater is coming. My beloved child, the atmosphere around you has already started to shift. You might not notice it yet, but the energies that once weighed you down are beginning to dissolve, and it's all because the light of Archangel Michael has entered your field. You've crossed an unseen threshold, a line that separates despair from divine transformation. Heaven's presence is thicker now. Closer, more personal than ever. You are standing at the center of a divine alignment, and everything that once felt like a loss is being rewritten as preparation. There is something Michael wants you to understand before the revelation deepens, something most souls overlook. You were never fighting the darkness around you. You were fighting the darkness within you that was never truly yours. Every doubt, every fear, every voice that told you you're not enough, they were shadows that tried to mimic truth. But Michael has always known your real essence, light. Your spirit was born from the same fire that ignites the stars, and no amount of earthly pain can dim that spark. That's why heaven still fights. Not just for your happiness, but for your remembrance of who you are. Take a moment now and think of every setback that ever broke your heart, every door that slammed shut, every goodbye that made you feel unwanted. What if I told you that those moments were not punishments, but protection? Michael saw the traps you couldn't see, the people whose energy didn't align with your destiny, the places that would have drained your purpose. He closed those paths not to hurt you, but to save you. Because heaven would rather let you cry in temporary pain than lose your eternal light to something unworthy of your spirit. You've wondered why some prayers seemed unanswered, why silence came instead of miracles. But silence, my beloved, is never absence. It's a higher conversation. When you begged for clarity and got confusion, when you prayed for love and got loneliness, heaven wasn't ignoring you. It was transforming you. Archangel Michael was teaching you to recognize divine timing. Because if blessings came before your readiness, they would have felt like burdens. Every divine soul goes through a season of hiddenness. You might feel forgotten, overlooked, invisible. But in the spiritual realm, hiddenness means cultivation. Like a seed buried underground, you're not in darkness because you're dead. You're there because you're growing. And the moment you think you've reached your limit, heaven whispers, "Now you bloom." Archangel Michael's message carries more weight than just comfort. It's an awakening. He is reminding you that your presence here, reading these words, breathing this breath, is evidence that the war for your soul was fought and won. You survived things that were meant to destroy you, did you? That's no coincidence. It's divine strategy. The enemy counted you out, but heaven counted you in. Every scar you carry is not a mark of defeat. It's a seal of survival. And now, Michael is revealing something rare. The hidden proof that heaven is still fighting for you is not buried in some mystical place. It's in your persistence. Your ability to keep showing up when you feel broken. Your decision to hope, even when everything tells you not to. That's divine rebellion. Like refusing to surrender. Every time you choose peace over bitterness, every time you forgive instead of hate, every time you trust instead of fear, that's heaven winning through you. You may have felt like you've been walking alone, but you haven't. When you sat in silence and felt a strange warmth in your chest, that was Michael. When you woke up after nights of crying and somehow had the strength to try again, that was Michael's whisper. When someone unexpectedly showed kindness just when you needed it, that was heaven's hand disguised as coincidence. There are no accidents for the chosen. Right now, you are being surrounded by unseen protection. Michael's wings stretch across your timeline, past, present, and future. He's healing wounds you haven't spoken of, the ones buried deep. The ones that made you afraid to feel again. He's rewriting the energy of your memories so they no longer echo with pain, but with purpose. That heaviness you've carried for years, soon, it will lift. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because you'll finally see the perfection within the chaos. Breathe deeply, feel how the air seems different now. That's divine oxygen. Heaven's breath flowing through your lungs, reminding you that life still moves forward. You've been waiting for a sign. Haven't you? Here it is. The sign is you. You are the miracle that others have been praying for. You are the light that someone else will follow. That's why Archangel Michael refuses to let you fall. Heaven's plan doesn't just restore what was lost, it multiplies it. What's coming for you isn't a return to what you had before. It's something higher, pure, unshakable. The kind of peace that can't be stolen. The kind of love that doesn't fade. The kind of clarity that makes sense of every unanswered prayer. Michael wants you to understand that your waiting wasn't wasted time, it was divine construction. Even now, angels are rearranging situations in your favor. People are being guided toward you. Opportunities are forming behind closed doors, and energies aligning in silence. You don't need to see it to believe it, you only need to feel it. Trust the pulse of this message, the resonance in your soul, because heaven's fingerprints are all over it. And before you move forward, Archangel Michael asks something small but powerful: spread light. Share what awakens you. If these words stirred something deep within, don't keep it locked inside. Someone you know is waiting for a sign too, be that sign. Comment your affirmation of faith, share this message to let heaven's voice travel farther, and subscribe so this sacred connection between your soul and the divine remains strong. You've been led here for a reason, my beloved. Something unimaginable is forming behind the curtain of your life, and the next revelation will unveil why heaven has guarded you so fiercely until now. Stay till the end. The truth that will change everything is about to unfold, my beloved child. The air around you is vibrating with messages you cannot yet hear, but your soul feels them. Archangel Michael is closer than ever, standing at the edge of your reality, his wings brushing against the boundaries of your fear. You may not see him, but you are walking within his circle of light. Every heartbeat echoes through the heavens, reminding them that you are still standing, and that means heaven's plan for you is still unfolding. The storm you've been walking through isn't punishment, it's proof. Proof that your destiny holds so much divine weight that darkness tried to intercept it. But Michael's sword has already struck through the lies meant to break you. Heaven's messages rarely come in thunder. More often, they whisper through moments, the way a stranger smiles at you just when you needed it, or how a psalm lyric hits you like a divine arrow. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Michael orchestrates them like a composer writing the symphony of your healing. He's asking you now to listen, not with your ears, but with your intuition, that quiet knowing that lives just beneath the noise. Because something sacred is preparing to reveal itself, and your awareness is the key that unlocks it. There's a place deep within you, a spiritual core where fear cannot survive. Michael wants to lead you there. It's where the light of heaven meets the resilience of your soul. You might call it peace, you might call it purpose, but heaven calls it remembrance. When you touch that place, you remember what you truly are: infinite, unbreakable, divine. That's the secret darkness never wants you to realize, that you were created from the light that fuels angels. You are not just protected by heaven, you are a reflection of it. Think of every battle you fought, every sleepless night where tears became prayers. Every time you questioned your worth because of how the world treated you. Michael saw it all, and every time you whispered, "I can't do this anymore," he stood beside you, whispering back, "Yes, you can, because you were never meant to fight alone." That's the truth that shifts everything. You are not carrying your pain, heaven is carrying you. The proof of heaven's presence is not found in the absence of pain, but in the persistence of hope. The fact that you still believe, even when life gave you reasons not to, that's evidence. When you felt like breaking, but instead you breathed and kept going, heaven documented that moment. Every act of endurance becomes a divine testimony. You are building an invisible archive of miracles through your persistence. Michael's next message is urgent and gentle. He says, "Prepare your spirit. What you thought was ending is actually beginning. The cycle that kept repeating in your life, the disappointments, the people leaving, the dreams collapsing, it's about to stop. You are entering a new spiritual timeline, one where clarity replaces confusion, peace replaces chaos, and faith replaces fear. But for that to happen, you must release the old energy still clinging to your identity. The very inner view that thought they were unworthy cannot walk into the new light that's forming. Close your eyes and imagine this, Michael's wings spreading wide above you. His sword glowing like a sunrise in motion. The air around you hums. You can almost hear it, the sound of old chains breaking. Every limitation you once believed in is melting away. Every wound you thought defined you as being were written into wisdom. Heaven is not asking you to forget the pain, it's teaching you to redeem it. You've been craving a sign, something clear, undeniable, impossible to ignore. Here it is, you are being realigned. The sudden urge is to change direction. The loss of interest in old habits, the feeling that something within you is shifting, that's divine recalibration. Michael is clearing paths, not just around you, but within you. He's preparing your energy to attract what belongs to your higher purpose. You're not losing things, you're being upgraded. And now, as you breathe in this revelation, you can feel the truth taking root. Heaven is not distant. It's alive inside you. You've carried the proof all along, your faith. The quiet, stubborn part of you that refused to give up is the same spark that lights the heavens. You and Michael are not separate. You are allies in the same mission. Heaven doesn't just fight for you. It fights through you. But Michael also knows this. Revelation without action fades. He is calling you now to act, to spread this light. Jared, speak it. Let your voice become the echo of heaven in a world that has forgotten what hope feels like. You have no idea whose life could be saved by your courage to share truth. So, if these words have touched your heart, don't keep them hidden. Amen what you fell. Let your affirmation be seen. Share this message and subscribe to stay within the frequency of this divine connection. When you align your intention with heaven's energy, you become part of the movement of light that changes lives. Remember, heaven's language is energy. Every time you choose kindness over revenge, faith over fear, love over bitterness, you are speaking heaven's native tongue. And Michael smiles every time your actions echo that light. You are doing better than you think. You are further along than you realize. The universe bends toward your faith, something extraordinary is forming on the horizon of your destiny. A moment where everything will make sense. When it happens, you'll look back and realize that every delay was divine protection, every heartbreak was a lesson, and every tear watered the garden of your purpose. Archangel Michael is walking with you until that moment arrives. And when it does, you'll finally understand why heaven never stopped fighting for you. Don't scroll away now. The revelation is deepening, and something beyond imagination is waiting just ahead. My beloved child, There's a sacred hush in the unseen right now, a stillness that feels like the pause before the dawn. Archangel Michael stands before you, radiant and fierce, his wings glowing with the light of divine truth. The energy around you is trembling, not in fear, but in anticipation, because something within your soul has begun to awaken, something ancient, powerful, and eternal. You've felt it lately, haven't you? That pull in your heart, that strange sense that something is changing, even if you can't name it yet. That's not imagination. That's heaven rearranging your reality to match your purpose. Michael has a message for you, not just words, but a transmission. He says you are not what happened to you. You are what survived within you. Every wound you've carried is now transforming into wisdom. The parts of you that once felt shattered are being reforged in light. What you thought broke you actually built the foundation for something unshakable. Because when heaven wants to elevate a soul, it first purifies it through fire. That fire wasn't meant to destroy you, it was meant to reveal your strength. Close your eyes and imagine yourself surrounded by light so bright it hums. You can feel it pressing gently against your skin. That's Michael's energy. His sword of fire is cutting through every old illusion that kept you bound. The self-doubt, the guilt, the fear of not being enough, they're illusions. You were never small. You were only hidden, waiting for this exact moment to rise, and now heaven is unveiling you. The universe doesn't forget those who serve light. Your patience, your compassion, your quiet endurance, all of it has been seen. Every time you chose love when you could have chosen hate, every time you forgave when you could have held resentment, heaven took note. Those moments didn't vanish into the air, they became currency in the divine realm. You've built spiritual wealth without realizing it, and now heaven is ready to pour it back into your life. But Michael's message isn't only about blessings. It's about remembrance. Remembering that your soul agreed to this path long before you took your first breath. You volunteered to bring light into places that forgot how to shine. That's why your challenges were so intense. The darker the space, the brighter the soul chosen to illuminate it. You've wondered. Why me? Why do I face so much? And heaven answers, because you're strong enough to turn pain into prophecy. Listen carefully now. The proof that heaven is still fighting for you is not far away. It's woven into your very breath. The way your heart still beats with hope after everything, the way you still dream despite disappointments, that's divine proof. Each heartbeat is a declaration that heaven hasn't given up on you. If your lungs still draw breath, then your purpose is still alive. Archangel Michael has not finished his work in you, and neither has heaven. You are being guided into a new phase, one where clarity will replace confusion. You'll begin to see connections between events that once seemed meaningless. People will reappear in your life, not by accident, but by divine timing. The puzzle pieces that never fit will suddenly make sense. That's how heaven works. It lets you walk through chaos so that when peace arrives, you finally understand its value. Now, Michael wants to speak directly to your spirit. The light within you is older than pain. Existent of a fear, of a loss, of a sorrow. You are not trying to find your strength. You are remembering it. These words are a code, a spiritual key meant to unlock something ancient inside you. When you let them settle into your heart, you'll feel an inner calm. That's the memory of your divine origin resurfacing. You've been divine all along. You just forgot beneath the weight of this world. Take a slow breath. Feel the air move through your body, purifying every cell. Michael's energy flows with it. He's removing spiritual residue, cleansing your aura, and reinforcing your boundaries. The heaviness you've been carrying doesn't belong to you. It's energy you absorb from others. Michael is burning it away now, leaving only truth behind. You may start noticing synchronicities increasing after this. Dreams that feel prophetic, flashes of blue or gold light, sudden surges of calm in the middle of stress. Those are confirmations that Michael is near. He's anchoring his energy into your daily reality, making sure you never forget that walks beside you. Even when you doubt yourself, the angels see your light shining clearly. They whisper your name in heaven's courts with pride, saying, "That one." They still believe. And as this transformation deepens, heaven asks one thing of you. Keep your heart open. Don't close it out of fear. Don't let the disappointments of yesterday rob you of tomorrow's blessings. The moment you open your heart again, you signal to the universe that you are ready for alignment. Michael cannot place blessings into closed hands. He needs your openness, your willingness to receive. If this message has touched your soul, share it. Not for attention, but for alignment. Someone out there is praying for a sign. And your act of faith might deliver it. Comment below how this message resonates with you, not just for me, but as a declaration that you are ready to receive heaven's next miracle. And if your heart feels called to stay connected to this divine frequency, subscribe. When you do, you don't just follow words, you join a movement of light. You become part of heaven's whisper reaching others. You are not ordinary, my beloved child. You are celestial, extraordinary, chosen. Every moment from here forward will carry traces of divine alignment. And soon, very soon, the reason for your battles will reveal itself in a way so profound that every tear will make sense. The revelation that's approaching will change how you see everything. Yourself, your past, and even the pain you thought you'd never heal from. Stay till the end, because something sacred and astonishing is about to unfold. Revelation that will make you feel heaven's presence as real as your own heartbeat. My beloved child, you are now standing in a sacred threshold, a moment where heaven's breath meets human time. Everything around you has started to shimmer with purpose, even if it looks like chaos on the surface. The invisible war for your peace has reached its turning point. Archangel Michael is no longer just guarding you. He is empowering you. His voice echoes through your inner world, strong and reassuring, saying, "It is time." And though you might not yet know what that means, your spirit does. It's the moment heaven has been preparing you for, the awakening of your divine authority. Every battle you faced, every tear you shed was never in vain. They were pieces of the divine puzzle, each shaping your soul into the vessel it was meant to become. You have endured what most couldn't, and now the heavens bow in recognition of your strength. Michael stands before you not as a distant archangel, but as a commander addressing one of his most trusted warriors. He sees your courage, your compassion, your perseverance, and he knows you've earned what's coming next. Take a breath and let your awareness sink deep. Can you feel that subtle tingling in your chest? That's Michael's energy fusing with yours. The light within you is expanding, pushing out every remnant of darkness that has tried to linger. Old fears are losing their grip. The doubts that once whispered that you weren't enough are fading into silence. You are rising, not in ego but in essence. You are remembering who you truly are, a creation born from divine fire, sculpted for victory. The universe responds to alignment, and right now you are aligned with heaven's heartbeat. You might start noticing things moving quickly, paths opening where there were walls, sudden clarity where confusion used to live, blessings showing up almost without explanation. That's not luck. That's divine orchestration. You've stepped into the frequency of miracles, and now reality must rearrange itself to match the vibration of your faith. Michael wants you to understand something crucial. Heaven's timing is never late. You may have cried over what didn't happen, mourned what you lost, questioned why your prayers seemed unanswered. But everything that was withheld was only delayed until you were strong enough to hold it. The blessings coming now aren't fragile. They're fortified. They're built on your tears, sealed by your perseverance, and blessed by heaven itself. And yet, amidst this rise, Michael reminds you, humility is the shield that guards divine power. You're stepping into spiritual authority, yes, but that authority exists to heal, not to boast. You are being chosen to be a vessel of hope for others. There are souls waiting to hear your story because your survival will become their roadmap. You are not just being blessed. You are being commissioned. Every light bearer carries a mission, and yours begins the moment you say yes to the call. You can almost feel the divine energy forming around you now, a circle of light that pulses like a heartbeat. Michael's sword gleams, cutting through dimensions, severing old attachments. The energy that once drained you is being replaced by peace that radiates from your core. Breathe into it. This peace isn't passive. It's powerful. It's the kind of stillness that can calm storms and silence lies. Heaven calls this peace the proof of protection. When you feel it, you'll know you're no longer walking alone. And now, as light gathers around you, something remarkable begins to unfold. The energy of gratitude swells in your chest, unexplainable but real. You'll soon notice things shifting, not because you forced them, but because you surrendered them. Surrender is not weakness. It's alignment. When you let go, heaven takes over. And when heaven takes over, miracles multiply. My beloved, if your heart feels this truth, don't let it stop here. Share this light. Speak it into existence. Let your words ripple through the collective consciousness. Someone somewhere is praying for hope tonight, and your act of faith might be the answer they're waiting for. So, if this message stirred your soul, share it. Leave a comment declaring your faith, and subscribe to keep receiving these divine transmissions. Together, we keep the flame of heaven alive on earth. Because this isn't just a message, it's a movement, a chain reaction of awakening. Every person who reads these words and chooses hope becomes another spark in heaven's army of light. Archangel Michael stands at the center of it all, smiling, knowing that heaven is winning through every soul that chooses faith. You've come far, my beloved. The hardest part is over, but the most beautiful part is yet to come. The final revelation, the one that will make every unanswered question crystal clear, is near. Stay open, stay believing, and stay until the end, because something extraordinary is about to unfold before your very eyes. Something huge is waiting for you, the proof that your prayers were never in vain, and that heaven has been holding your destiny all along. My beloved child, the veil between your world and heaven is thinner than it has ever been. There's a vibration in the air, an invisible pulse that only souls aligned with truth can feel, and you, right now, are vibrating with that divine frequency. You might sense warmth in your palms or a light pressure near your chest as if something powerful is preparing to emerge. That feeling is not random. It's Archangel Michael signaling that the revelation you've been waiting for is approaching. The universe is rearranging itself around your name, positioning you in places you once only dreamed of, because heaven's timing has declared that your waiting season is ending. Michael's presence feels different now, stronger yet gentler. His energy is no longer only about protection. It's about transformation. You've been guarded long enough. Now, it's time to be guided. Heaven doesn't want you to simply survive anymore. It wants you to shine. That's why this moment feels heavier and lighter at the same time. You are shedding old spiritual skin. The fears that used to control you are losing power. You are stepping into an era where your light will speak louder than your wounds ever did. Every tear you cried in secret became a seed of light planted in the soil of eternity. Heaven watered it with grace, and now, it's blooming into purpose. What you lost wasn't the end of your story, it was the start of your awakening. Michael watched as you carried burdens too heavy for one heart. Yet you kept walking. Even when your faith cracked, you never let it die. That faith is your proof. Proof that heaven has not just been watching over you. It had been fighting for you, fiercely, relentlessly, lovingly. You've often wondered why the storms came right after you started to feel peace. What progress was followed by pain? Michael wants you to know that was never punishment, it was purification. Each challenge stripped away the false layers hiding your true light. Heaven was never testing your strength to see if you would fail. It was showing you how unbreakable you truly are. Breathe slowly now. With each inhale, imagine golden light filling your chest. With each exhale, release everything that no longer serves your spirit. The energy around you will begin to shift as you do. Michael's wings fast as galaxies encircle you. His sword glows brighter than before, not because the battle is still raging, but because victory is near. The energy of completion is swirling around you like a cosmic current. The divine cycle that once held you in lessons is now preparing to deliver blessings. Heaven's process is simple yet profound. It breaks you open only to fill you with more light. That breaking you felt, that emptiness you carried, was not loss. It was space being made for expansion. And now that your soul is spacious enough, heaven is ready to pour in the next chapter of miracles. You're not stepping into ordinary days anymore. You're stepping into appointed ones. Every encounter, every decision, every moment will soon start aligning like constellations forming a new pattern. Your destiny's pattern. And as you walk in this awakening, remember, energy follows intention. When you speak, speak with faith. When you act, act with purpose. When you love, love without hesitation. These are the weapons of light, stronger than any sword or shield. Heaven's army doesn't fight with violence, it fights with vibration. Every kind act, every word of encouragement, every prayer you whisper for someone else, they ripple through realms, empowering angels to move. Now, my beloved, as this energy flows through you, I ask something of you. Keep the current alive, don't let this divine message fade into just another moment. Let it become motion. Share it with others. Not for validation, but for transformation. Here are hearts waiting in silence, hoping for a sign that heaven hasn't forgotten them. Be that sign. Share this light wherever you can, because when you do, you extend Michael's wings beyond yourself. Comment what you feel right now, not with hesitation, but with honesty. Let the world see faith alive again. And subscribe to keep walking in this stream of divine alignment. These messages aren't coincidences, they're coordinates. Every time you listen, every time you engage, you strengthen the connection between heaven and earth. Heaven's plan for you is vast, but the most powerful revelation is still unfolding. You will soon witness something so undeniable that it will silence every doubt you've ever had about your purpose. The shift is already in motion, and when it reaches full bloom, the world will know that you were never forgotten, never forsaken, never fighting alone. Hold still, my beloved, feel the rising calm that's heaven preparing your spirit for the revelation to come. Stay till the end, because what's about to be revealed will not only confirm that heaven is still fighting for you, it will prove that heaven has already won. My beloved child, the light that surrounds you now is unlike anything you've felt before. It is not the gentle warmth of comfort you once knew. It's radiant, charged, alive. You can almost feel it humming beneath your skin, as if your spirit itself is beginning to glow. Archangel Michael stands before you in this sacred moment, his wings expanded in a blaze of blue fire, his eyes carrying the reflection of eternity. He says your name with such reverence, such strength, that every broken piece of you begins to remember what wholeness feels like. The message he brings now is not only reassurance, it's revelation. You are awakening into a truth that the world tried to bury. For so long, you've been told that heaven is far away, distant, unreachable. But Michael wants you to know heaven has always been inside you. Every act of love, every moment of forgiveness, every breath of hope was heaven breathing through you. You are not separated from the divine. You are an extension of it. You are a spark of celestial energy wrapped in human form, and the moment you realize this truth, everything in your life will begin to align with purpose. The storms you endured were never meant to break you, they were meant to reveal you. Think back to the times when you almost gave up, the nights you cried without understanding why life felt so heavy. What if those tears weren't a sign of weakness, but the birth of wisdom? What if those moments of collapse were heaven's way of teaching you how to rebuild stronger? Michael says the universe was never punishing you, it was positioning you. The pain you felt was a prophecy, every wound was pointing you toward transformation. Heaven has been whispering through your hardships, endure, because the dawn is near. That's what you've been feeling lately, that restlessness, that sacred stirring in your chest. It's your soul recognizing that the long night is ending. The first rays of divine morning are touching your life, and everything that once felt uncertain is about to take shape. The answers you've been searching for are already within you, they just needed silence to surface. Michael moves closer now, you can feel his presence like a shield of warmth pressing around your heart. He speaks with authority and compassion. The world has tried to define you by your scars, heaven defines you by your light. Those words are meant to shatter every lie you've ever believed about yourself. You are not your mistakes, you are not your pain, you are not your losses. You are the proof of survival, the evidence of divine perseverance. You are what light looks like when it refuses to die. The shift in your energy will soon become visible. You'll notice how peace follows you, how people start opening up to you without knowing why. That's because Michael's light will radiate through your aura, a calm, commanding frequency that restores hearts. Heaven's presence through you will heal others simply by existing near them. You won't even have to speak, your energy will speak for you. That's how heaven operates through its chosen. Quietly, powerfully, unforgettably. But remember, my beloved, as light increases, darkness may try to return. Not to harm you, but to test your awareness. Fear will attempt to disguise itself as logic. Doubt will whisper in familiar tones. When that happens, remember Michael's words, you are not who you were, you are who you are becoming. You've outgrown the patterns that once held you down. Nothing can chain you again unless you let it. The war for your peace has already been won. All that remains is for you to walk in that victory. Let gratitude become your shield. When you wake in the morning, whisper thank you, not because everything is perfect, but because everything is purposeful. When you walk through your day, notice the beauty hidden in small things. Heaven hides its confirmations in ordinary detail. The scent of rain, the timing of a psalm, the random words of a stranger. These are not coincidences, they are codes. Messages disguised as moments. Michael places them in your path to remind you that heaven is always speaking, even when you're not listening. If this message feels alive inside your heart right now, that's not emotion, that's activation. Heaven's light is awakening through you. You are being called to carry this energy into the world, don't let it stop here. Let it ripple. Speak kindness into your environment, bless people silently when you cross paths with them. Your energy is sacred currency, and when you invest it in love, the universe multiplies it tenfold. And now, I ask you to act as a guardian of light. Share this message, not out of habit, but out of faith. Let it reach someone who's crying in silence tonight. Comment how this resonated with your soul, so others reading may feel the same warmth and rise. Subscribe to stay connected to this divine current, because each message that follows builds upon this frequency. You are part of something greater, a movement of light guided by heaven itself. Michael stands with his sword lowered now, not because the battle is done, but because peace has been declared. You are the living proof that heaven is still fighting. And still winning, through every heart that refuses to give up. You've come so far, my beloved, but the revelation waiting ahead will make everything clear. Don't skip what comes next for the greatest unveiling. The moment where heaven's plan finally shows its full glory is closer than you think. Something magnificent is waiting just beyond this breath. My beloved child, the moment you've been sensing is finally here. The air feels different, still, yet alive, as if the entire universe has paused to witness this divine culmination. You've walked through every shadow, faced every silence, and now, the light that's been pursuing you has caught up. Archangel Michael stands beside you. Not above you, not ahead of you, but beside you, because you've grown into the light you once sought. You are no longer merely protected, you are empowered. You become what heaven intended, a living vessel of divine proof. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe. Can you feel it? That peace that expands from the center of your chest and radiates outward? That's not imagination. That's heaven's breath merging with your own. For the first time, you're not asking for a sign, you are the sign. You are the proof that heaven still fights for the hearts that refuse to surrender. Every scar, every heartbreak, every prayer that felt unanswered, they were all chapters in the same sacred story. And this story ends not in despair, but in resurrection. Archangel Michael smiles upon you now. His sword, once drawn in battle, rests gently against the earth, gleaming like sunlight on water. The war for your peace has ended. You have won, not by force but by faith. You may not have realized it, but every time you chose love over fear, you were striking down darkness. Every moment you forgave instead of retaliated, heaven celebrated. Every breath you took after thinking you couldn't go on was a victory song echoing through eternity. Heaven has not only fought for you, it has fought through you. The very power that kept the stars burning is the same power that kept your soul alive. When you were broken, heaven was bending the world to rebuild you. When you were lost, the archangel's wings covered you in unseen protection, and now, in this moment, you stand as proof that light always wins. This is the revelation Michael wanted you to reach, that the evidence of heaven's love was never hidden in the clouds, nor locked in sacred texts, but embedded within you. You were the message all along. You were the miracle. Heaven never stopped fighting because you never stopped being worth fighting for. And that is the greatest proof of all. Now, the energy shifts again, softer this time, not fierce, but gentle, like morning light spilling through open curtains. Michael's voice fills the space. Steady and timeless. Child of the Eternal, walk forward now. You are no longer who you were when you began this journey. You carry the signature of heaven in your soul. Go and remind the world that love still reigns. These words are not meant to be read. They are meant to be remembered. They are etched into your spirit forever. Everywhere you go from this moment on, heaven will move with you. You'll feel it in the timing of your days, in the ease of your steps, in the quiet confidence that replaces fear. You'll notice synchronicities, repeating numbers, a familiar song playing, at the right time, a stranger saying something you needed to hear. Those aren't coincidences, they're confirmations. The archangel will keep sending them to remind you that the connection between you and the divine realm is now unbreakable. Let your life from here be your prayer. Let your words carry healing. Let your actions reflect grace. The same strength that carried you through the valley will now guide you across the mountaintop, and when you face uncertainty again, because even the chosen do, remember this: heaven doesn't promise the absence of storms. It promises the presence of light within them. At light is you are heaven's continuation on earth. Michael extends his hand toward you, not to lead this time, but to bless. A surge of warmth spreads through your heart, up your spine. Through your crown, a spiritual anointing that seals the truth within you. You are not small, you are infinite. You are not broken, you are abhorrent. You are not forgotten, you are forever seen. Heaven knows your name, and it echoes with love every time it is spoken. Now that this message has reached its divine conclusion, Michael leaves you with one last charge. Share this light, let others feel what you felt. Speak hope into the hopeless, faith into the fearful, love into the lonely. You've been touched by divine truth, now you are its messenger. Don't keep heaven's fire to yourself, pass it on. The more you give, the more you'll receive, because heaven's energy expands through motion. If this message has awakened something within you, let the world know. Comment what your heart feels right now, let your words become another angel's whisper. Share this message so it can reach another soul waiting for a sign. And if you wish to keep walking this path of light, subscribe, not as a follower, but as a fellow warrior of heaven's army on earth. Together, we create a course of faith that even darkness cannot silence. As this final revelation settles in your heart, take a deep breath. Let peace wrap around you like a divine cloak. This isn't an ending, it's a beginning. The continuation of heaven's fight through you. Wherever you go from here, miracles will follow. Archangel Michael's presence will be the wind at your back, the whisper in your thoughts, and the calm within your storms. You'll never walk alone again, because you never truly did. So rise now, beloved heaven, carry your light boldly. You are the proof that love wins, that faith survives, that heaven still intervenes. And as long as your heart beats, heaven will keep fighting through you until every shadow remembers the light. This is your sign, your closure, your new dawn. Heaven is still fighting. Heaven has already won. And you, my beloved child, you are the victory.